Annette and Jason have been exploring solutions-focused coaching. Annette, what's been the impact for you of solution-focused on your work in coaching?
If I think about one of the tools that I've been using quite a bit within my coaching in the last year is one of affirming. So what I've found I've been doing is in each of my coaching conversations in some way affirming the coachee on their strengths, qualities, skills that have emerged from the conversation. And what I've noticed is that the interaction between the coachee and myself has really taken the conversation to a much safer place, and a place where you take to a place of flourishing. And it's just been a subtle impact, but I've seen it impact powerfully in what they've been able to achieve through those conversations.
So could you give us an example of what an affirmation might be?
I might do it with you right now.
Okay.
So based on what you've said so far, Chris, I've noticed that I'm really impressed with your strength of being really present. Yeah, and listening actively. That's how it happens.
Yeah.
So you're really noticing what is going on for the person from the story that they're telling you, what strengths are emerging. So it's not just affirming on that's great or wow or fantastic, but it's specific around their strength. And that seems to work really well.
Yeah, and it must involve sort of listening and observing and noticing on a really different level.
Yes, yeah, at quite a deep level, because you're trying to be present to listen to what they're wanting and in terms of what they're wanting to achieve, but you're also listening on this other level of what's underneath the story, what strength is underneath the story.
And what about for you, Jason? What's been the impact for you?
I'd have to say the whole solutions-focused approach has really been quite transformational. The thing that stands out the most for me and the feedback from individual and team clients has been the use of scaling. It's not that we hadn't used it before in a way, but it's the nuances around using scales for people to create those really concrete the concrete movement forward, and unpacking the successes that have got them to where they are has been a real shift in my approach and in their thinking.
What's this sort of new emphasis on scaling that solutions-focused approach brings to coaching?
Well, look, sometimes it's just the language that we use around the scale. So in the past, we might have used a scale to assess where really people were up to. And for me, I would, if they said I'm a 5 out of 10, for example, I might say, what makes it a 5? And people would then spend the next period of time telling me why they weren't a 10. And sit in the deficit between 5 and 10. But changing the question to make it as simple as what gets you to a 5 pushes people into looking for, well, what's working already, and therefore creating a platform or a launching pad to move forward. So that's made a big difference.
So it's subtleties of the language, isn't it? But quite purposeful and direct.